So if you've ever felt the urge to share something, especially on the internet, especially online, and found it challenging to do so, I think this perspective can be helpful. And I got a quote from Rick Rubin in a book he wrote called The Creative Act. And he said to think of it as an offering, to think of the creative process as an offering you're making to God. And it's really more about your process than where will it be? Will it be seen? Will it be received? Will it be consumed? It's really more about allowing that divine energy, to that divine spirit to move through us. So when you think about, you've got something you're stoked about, whether it's cooking hacks for busy parents or fitness hacks for busy parents, that energy, that divine spark, that it's called Holy Spirit, prana, chi, whatever, depending on the culture. That divine energy, that expression wants to move through us. And to think about, like for me, what I share on my channels are mindful hacks for fathers, householders, dads, because for me, what's really been beneficial on my journey, that transition to becoming the householder, the father, the husband, having those responsibilities over others, versus kind of that individualistic lifestyle you lived before that. What's really been helpful for me has been developing mindful tools, developing hacks for, making sure I get fitness every day, that I'm not leaning on substance, and that I'm not running away into video games or work or exercise, that I'm able to be present. And so for me, as I've been wanting to kind of share the tools and tricks and hacks that I've developed, I've been met with a lot of resistance, a lot of internal resistance. Where am I going to share it? It's not going to be as good as somebody else's. And when you go back to that Rick Rubin quote, it's like, listen, for you to express in this creative way, whether you create art, you create videos, you create memes, whatever it is, you play music, for us to be in that flow state and to allow that divine, think of ourselves, we're like, you have a unique expression in the world. No two people have your experiences, your challenges, your triumphs. And I like to think of all of us as different kind of unique reeds in wind instruments. No two reeds the same. And the way the divine, whether you call it God, Holy Spirit, prana, chi, kundalini, the way that divine breath of life moves through you, you create a unique expression. So whether you're stoked about a side hustle you developed, or you're stoked about buying and selling Beanie Babies on eBay, it's not about the content, it's more about the context. And I think the way I view consciousness, it's like we all contribute to this weaving of this beautiful tapestry of consciousness when we're able to tap into that flow state, even for a little bit. We're able to listen to that divine energy, and we're able to allow that to express through us. So thinking about this creative act, don't think about, it needs to go viral for it to do anything. That's been a big one for me. It's like, but if you can go back to your why, like, what is it? Why do you want to learn the guitar? Why do you want to learn to paint? Why do you want to go tag the side of a building and make it beautiful? Why do you want to create videos on healthy food hacks for busy parents? Whatever that thing is that wants to come through you, if you think of it as an offering to God, however you see that, you're able to kind of move through that. It's got to be viral in order for it to have an impact, or in order for me to feel like I did something. That's a distraction. If you think about how we're able to create this tapestry of consciousness, especially when we're able to tap into the flow state, we contribute, and whether or not anybody ever sees it, or whether or not billions of people see it, your experience was the same throughout. You were able to listen to that divine energy. You were able to express that divine through you. I think anytime we're able to tap into that, we're able to move into slightly higher vibrations. We're able to kind of move into our higher energy centers, some people call them chakras, and we're able to get into that flow state. That's the place where stress is reduced. That's the place where kind of joy can be more prevalent in our lives. And so I feel like, for me with my website's called The Hero's Journey. I'm building like the field guide for the masculine. Because for me, man, I had to hack my way into mindfulness. Like I couldn't sit and meditate, but I had already been convinced that there were so many reasons why I needed to find a way to quiet my mind. I needed to find a way to get into my body. And so for me, I found it through movement. So, initially I would go to the gym and no headphones, no music, no counting reps, just working on getting into my body, working on quieting my mind, quieting my to-do list, and starting to really get into my physical body where my mind could be blank and I could focus on the present moment, the movement, whether I was lifting weights, doing cardio, stretching, yoga, whatever it was. I was able to start to get an idea of, oh, this is what a quiet mind means. This is what being present means. And then I was able to take that back to the house, young baby, lots of debt, low paying job, lots of bills. And I was able to be present in the moment for my family, for life to start to unfold in the present versus being in the future, in the past. And that hack, that entry point for me into that mindfulness, I was able to then take, and then very quickly, I was able to actually sit on a cushion and meditate. I was able to focus on my breath. And so this stoke that I have, that I've shared with men, whether it's in men's groups, in 12-step work, in men's retreat weekends, whatever it's been met with, other men have also found they had challenges quieting the mind. It's just the loop, the to-do list, the everything is fucked list, whatever it is. And so that stoke I have about that and about sharing that with other men, other householders, it's like, okay, I want to put it on social media. I want to put it on the internet. And then it's just met with extreme resistance. Oh, nobody's going to want to hear it. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to be present on a video. Going back to your why, right? Well, why is that? Well, I want to feel the divine flowing through me. I have this expression I'd like to share. And it doesn't really matter where it's going to go, who's going to receive it, who's going to consume it. It's more about me allowing for that 11 minutes or 7 minutes of this video for me to just allow that divine energy to flow through me. I can take that to the gym later. I can take that home when we're playing music and dancing around and cooking as a family. I can take that to be present instead of, the other time, I think for a lot of men, we tend to lean on substances to get away. We tend to lean on whether we're watching movies, shows, sports, video games. I mean, there have been times in my life that I would have gone into the man cave to watch two guys playing catch if it was televised and there were no other sports, just to get away, just to have that avoidant behavior, just to tap that button and just say, okay, I'm the outside world's not coming in. I can just be by myself. So I think to want to be more fully present and to want to get into life and be present with life and to take that part of the hero's journey, to be able to receive that divine energy and allow it to flow through us. And whatever you're stoked about and especially if there's a drive to share something that's working for you, something that you've hacked your way into. I see a lot of people sharing things on breath work, on exercise, different ways to do reps and sets and heavy, light, what time to do cardio, how to eat creatine and where to eat your calories and what kind of calories. People are finding something that's working for them and then they're feeling this drive to then express that. And I think that sharing and allowing that flow to come through us, undeterred, unblocked, I think having that divine energy flow through us, that creative act, when we can see it as an offering that we make to God and say, I'm not blocking this divine energy, this Holy Spirit. I'm allowing this energy to flow through me. And I'm allowing myself to be this conduit. That's the expression that we deserve. Devil may care like who's going to see it, who's going to receive it. It's more about just allowing ourselves to contribute to this tapestry of consciousness. You create something about how busy parents can get in shape. Maybe one person sees a minute of your 20-minute video and then they go do something. And then somebody sees something that, we create this tapestry, and that's creating from that higher vibration, creating that tapestry. We're less in the low vibe, we're more in the high vibe, and you just don't know how it's going to contribute. So when you have a feeling, you have a drive to share something, look at it as an offering to God, like Rick Rubin said. The guy's created some amazing music over the 30, 40 years he's been doing it. I don't think he's wrong about it.